Hey everyone, Crash and Crash Customs, Lake Havasu, Arizona. Moving right along on the 1968 Oldsmobile 442. Last episode, I'm trying to make one good hood out of two lousy hoods. Just about ready to weld these two pieces in. Got to fix a dent on the bottom. Flip this hood and let's do it.
Hear that rumble, Arizona steel, Crash Customs.
Got the original gummy single stage paint cleaned off, and she's obvious now how banged up it is, right? I did do a quick scan with whatever kind of lasers that they have nowadays. Contour template of the hood. This side is obviously not wrecked, but you can see here it ain't right. There it's right, but there ain't too bad. So I'm gonna get the stud gun out, tack some studs on here, and start pulling and hammering and dollying. Get that curved. Closer with this. I keep pulling the studs. I usually do like a perimeter and then work my way in, come back out a little bit at a time. This has pulled enough that I've been able to put a couple tacks here. Things were lining up properly. Definitely way closer than what we were. At some point these have to be cut off, repositioned. I've done that a couple times already. But let me show you my template compared to before. There's like maybe an eighth, maybe 3/16 in some spots that still need to be hit. Going straight across though, this is way closer. Way closer. I think for some that'd be a skim coat. Skim coat. I've been throwing everything I got at pulling this dent on the front of this hood. It's taken forever. I ended up taking off my little piece that I made, which was just tacked on, I took it off because on the back side here, you can see the inner structure to the skin, but I can slide my slap hammer up there and hammer and dolly on either side. Also, this piece here, big chunk of metal, nice rounded edge on it. That also slides way up in there, and I can hammer and dolly on either side of that too to get it close. It's close. The top side, I like that. Yeah, it's starting like 16th, 8th. Then here it's too big, and then it gets better at the bottom here too. So like this area here, still, it's lower than what I would want it to be. So man, it's a workout. I want to keep going on it though. Top side fully welded in, ground down nice and smooth. I will hit this with the shrinking disc a little bit. There's a few little high spots here and there, but I'm not doing that until I flip it and check my seam on the back side. Back side looks pretty good. I just do a little cleanup where the holes are exposed, so when you do look up in there, it just looks like nice clean sheet metal. Should be easy. Be able to put that in real quick. I got the inner structure piece fitted and tacked in. Super nice. These spots right here, these holes where you can see the primer underneath, those are going to be like factory spot welds, just like the factory did it. I'm going to knock that stuff out and then I'll bring it back for the next step. Inner structure done being welded on and ground down and smoothed out. Sheet metal on the outside too. I'm ready to move on to something else on the hood though. I think probably this front corner, it still needs work, and it sliced right there, right? It was torn. I got to drill a hole. When you got a slice in the metal, you know, a crack or whatever, at the end of the crack, you want to drill a little hole and weld that up. Keeps it from tearing again. And I got a lot of dents on the top side to do. You can see how bad this on the top side in the middle. I showed you it was totally sunk down. You can see here how close it is to the inner structure. It's like so bad. Oil canned. Oh, well, that's a little better. Maybe. I'll flip it and look at it from the top side. I know that ain't gonna be that easy just to push it out. You can see here it's still got a wobble to it. Oh, man, this is like the worst hood I've ever had to fix. Been trying to overanalyze this whole corner here, and compared to that corner and compared to those corners, I got plenty of reference, right? That side should be the same as that, and both should be the same as that, and that is not damaged. It was never hit. So I took the straight edge to this, and if you line up the straight edge to like that hole, that pressed hole, that is the same location as this side, right? So it's always like when you're trying to figure this stuff out, if you can use reference points that are the same on both sides, like if you were to measure like distances, you know, just to try to figure things out. All right, so right here you can see that's nice and straight, no gaps. Over here, put it in the same spot, and it's not a 1/4 inch, but easily 3/16 at the tip there. So the first thing I do need to do though is I'm going to pull this little dent right here. There's probably tension built up there, and really too, like you can see here, there's a big gap in the center. I'm sure that is, yeah, this is, it's, I'm gonna have to muscle that around. Well, I'm back to my ratchet strap and a block of wood. Really, that is just holding the correct contour right here and alignment in place while I hammer this area. A lot of this dent is out. It's out enough, probably 85% of it, that I can start moving this whole section down towards the camera, basically. And I did find that there's another real slight ding right here that I'll pull, but for now it's a ratchet strap, block of wood, another block of wood, big hammer. This piece here I can slide in there and fine tune, and well, we'll see how this goes. Right there took a lot more than what I showed you, but my templates are looking pretty awesome. You can see here, this is the side that was not damaged. Now we are nice and consistent with the other side, this was, you know, up. This front edge is really, really close. I line it up to the hole here, right there, my reference point. Right there. Really, really close. Putting the ratchet strap over the hood to the high side, that helped stabilize so I could actually move this corner. Lots of hammering, lots of hammering. This inside area here, instead of being like a 90, was rounded. So I was able to put this in here like this, because that's a 90. Get that in there, hammer that down with the big hammer. And also a combo of that and putting the 2x4 on this lip, hitting that. And with the 2x4, you disperse the blow so you don't get a crushed, you know, lip, right? And what else? Oh, this right here. This right here, Harbor Freight. I believe this is for doing like duct work for heating and cooling, you know, HVAC stuff. But man, I use this a lot. Look at that, it gets right in there. Like I straightened this whole lip with this. I also held it here tight while I hammered this area. So this was basically my dolly, holding things where I needed it to be held. But I've used this a lot. It's also great for, like, you know, bending an edge if you're fabricating something from scratch. Let's see, what else is going on here? And I don't know, all my templates look really good. Everything is lined up. When you visually look at it, it's probably hard because of the lighting, but both angles from corner to corner are the same now. So I got most of this dent pulled too. I've relocated the pins a couple times. It's super close enough that I can fine tune it when I flip the hood. Probably hit a couple areas with the shrinking disc when I hit over here also, but I think I'm ready to move on to the next disaster of this hood. Oh, I want to show you too. You probably were like, man, he's hammering that hood hard. He's gonna dent the skin even more. Well, the skin is totally dented, but look where I put the body stand. In between these body lines on both sides. Like this body line right here. It's a double, actually quadruple. It's high here, low, low, high. Anytime there's body lines, it strengthens the sheet metal. So as hard as I was hitting it, I am 100% not worried about any kind of body stand impressions. Plus, this is still a heavy gauge sheet metal, not like new cars. Got all my tools and garbage cleaned off of the backside here. I'm just gonna try to hold this steady. And you can see corner to corner, corner to corner of inner brace from side to side. Looks all good to me. Looks all good to me. I am going to move on, I guess. I'm rolling solo today at the shop and I need to flip that hood, and one guy isn't doing that gracefully himself, so I'm gonna move back over to the chassis. I got one hard line left to install, the feed line. Hey, you hear that swamp cooler rattling? Something else for me to work on. I'm gonna straighten this, compare it to the original one laying down here, and install it along the rail. It was in this box and they bent it in the center, and they bent it just enough to start to kink it. So I'll have to tap that down, make it round again. And I got the bracket for the proportioning valve. So this all bolts right here, and all these ends will have to be tweaked, redone to line up to the proportioning valve. fuel lines. I tell you what though, these two that go in the frame, they're not fun to do because they roll in the rail here, and then there's like a little tube you gotta fish it through to get it through the cross member. But I had to rework it back here like I did with the return line, and they're done now, ready for the fuel tank to go in. What else? I was kind of wondering, like, do they have one kit of hard lines for all these bodies? And like, if you didn't know, the El Camino, the Monte Carlo, and the Grand Prix, that chassis is a little bit longer. So they probably would have been perfect on that car, but I had to tweak here and here to basically shorten them up, is what I'm saying. Brake line is still in. Now I got the block here installed, and you can see how well these all line up. This one's supposed to go in here, this one here. This one ain't too bad, probably make that work into the bottom there. But I'm tired of working on hard lines, so I think I'm going to switch back over to the hood. My girl helped me flip it, so I got the top side facing up again, and I feel, actually I'm craving, that's what it is, mind perspective, I'm craving to take this paint off, mindlessly sit here and use my Harbor Freight surface conditioner and strip this old original paint off. And while I'm doing that, I'll be thinking about greater things to come. Got just about all the original paint off of this. There's still some in the nooks and crannies that I'll clean up, but I don't know if you saw this. Got a spot busted through here and a little one right here. So I guess I am not done doing metal work on here. And then I'll tune those spots up and then mark all the little dings and dents that need to be popped. Right, that. And when I pushed the hood from the underside, there was a full oil can, huge dent right here. And really, I mean, it ain't fixed, but it's way better. Big one here and here. Might try putting a suction cup on here like they do in the videos and pop it, see what happens. Little rust repair finalized, that's done. That little hole that was over here, that's done also. I started circling the bad dings and the dents that I want to work out. The center here is the worst. This is really dipped. This whole thing is dipped here. That one ain't too good either. I know once I start knocking these out, I'll find others also, but this curve that's jacked up. Well, we're getting closer. It's looking like a usable hood now, finally. super close to everything, especially for the first round of studs. You can see here, there's just a little bit of light coming through, and really I need to cut these all off and reposition them, stagger them from where they were. Get that up a little bit more, right? So that's my next move. Cut these off, clean it up. Also, with the heat from the stud gun, there's really there's a little bit there, little oil can right there, if you press it hard enough. But over here, it's nice and tight. I got just about all the dents pulled on the Hellraiser hood. Obviously, I haven't cut them all off yet. Just wanted to show all the spots that needed to be hit. Do a little one right there yet. But things are super close. Like gap wise, anything that's a little high is actually good, because I can hit it with the shrinking disc and knock it down a little bit. But these were like pretty big craters before, especially like this little one. I mean little as in it only took 5 studs, but she was pretty deep right on the body line there. This here still looks like a bad case of acne, right? But it's close. Look at that. Like I said, I can hit a lot of these high spots with the shrinking disc, bring it down, and it'll tighten this up even more. This is super tight. There's a little bit of flex right there, but there's some high spots here too. So with the shrinking disc, it'll bring everything level and tighten up the steel even more. Bunch of them on this side too, all sorted out. The last spot that I need to hammer and bang around on, that corner right there, it's pushed in and this part is up. Here is my guide from the other hood over there. You can see how far off it is. It's off a lot, but big enough hammer. I'll pop this down and use the stud gun, probably pull this out just a little bit. So I guess I should have the camera on all the time to catch the chaos that sometimes happens. This Bauer grinder I had plugged in to the Husky extension cord reel. Well, that is, I don't know, pulls enough wattage, amps, whatever, that it popped the breaker right there, right? So that popped, that stopped working. I got my heavy duty extension cord and it was laying down here and I plugged it in and I didn't realize that the trigger was still locked. So the torque pushed the grinder right off the hood as I was down here, and I caught it, but the edge of the shrinking disc hit my wrist a little bit. But the important thing is I caught this and it didn't fall and bend my shrinking disc when it hit the concrete. That's the important part. I'll heal. I don't want to buy another tool, right? Anyways, let me show you. I got a couple spots that are pretty close. They still look, you know, rough because they're not sanded down with 80. But the high spots are all totally gone. The little bit of low is going to be so little filler there. Really, you could probably put 2 extra coats of primer right here, block it out, and done. That one's about where it needs to be. Been hitting this little corner here. I'm just knocking down the high spots. Let me quickly explain the theory on the shrinking disc. Okay, nice flat disc. You lay it flat on the panel, crank it up, and the metal from the shrinking disc hits the high spots. You can see here the discoloration, and it only heats up the high spots. Heat them up, cool them down, and it tightens up or shrinks the high spots. There are several areas here that I've been working, and before I clean this up, it's way easier to see the marks from the shrinking disc. That's the short story. Man, making one good hood out of 2 junk hoods, a lot of work. I threw everything I had at this. Cut, weld, grind, pull dents, shrink, and then I just finished cleaning the surface up with the surface prep tool. And really the next thing I need to do is I need to get this outside and sandblast most of the skin, all of the underside. There's little spots here and there that need attention. Obviously the grooves and the channels here and along here, in here, and there are some areas where it's pitted from rust that you can see, right? Nothing major, but it feels good to at least have a hood that I can actually use now. And what else? Oh, medical report. Things seem to be healing up okay. Anyways, this is getting long again. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll keep giving you weekly content as always. Thanks.